The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, starring the entire Nelson family. Here's Ozzie. Here's Harriet. Here's David. And here's Ricky. Here they are, America's favorite family, the Nelsons. Tonight's Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet is brought to you by Downy Fabric Softener. New wash day discovery that rinses deep, downy softness into everything you wash.
This is the evening Mother becomes a heroine.
It's amazing, Martha. You got my shirt so soft, my collar didn't scratch all day.
Mother, my slip didn't clink, even when I ran. No more electricity. Hey, Mom, my blue jeans, they feel soft, even when I bend.
Well, what nice things to hear. And all because of Downy.
Downy Fabric Softener, new from Procter & Gamble. A little Downy in the final rinse gives every wash load deep Downy softness. Makes remarkable things happen.
Like ironing. Everything dries so soft and smooth. My iron almost glides by itself. Baby's clothes, never been softer. Downy does it all. Gets shirts soft. Takes static cling out of slips. Makes blue jeans comfortable. Makes me the family heroine.
New Downy Fabric Softener.
Dogwood is one of springtime's most beautiful symbols, but when it's only a memory, you can still make it springtime every time you light a Salem cigarette. Yes, Salem refreshes your taste just as a springtime day refreshes you. Its special high-porosity paper air softens every puff. Invisible porous openings breathe in fresh air to make Salem taste even fresher and cooler, more flavorful too. For with Salem, you not only smoke refreshed, but you enjoy the full, rich taste of fine tobaccos. Yes, with Salem, when you take a puff, it's springtime every time. And high-porosity paper air softens every puff. Menthol fresh, rich tobacco taste. Modern filter too, that's Salem. More delightfully than ever, Salem refreshes your taste.
Ah, nature. If you have hay fever, take an ocean voyage. Nobody suffers from hay fever on an ocean voyage. Or take Allerest. New Allerest calms the cough, the sneeze, the tears, the runny nose, the itchy eye of Allergy. Created for allergy and only for allergy. Take Allerest.
You're right. Fresh did pioneer the modern deodorant in 1930. Fresh has 17 patents. Fresh stick does leave you cool and dry. Fresh cream is homogenized. Fresh roll-on is instant because it's upside down. I know. I make Fresh. I use Fresh. I even get it free. So how come the girls don't go for me?
Unlike some deodorants, Fresh doesn't promise you eternal romance. All Fresh does is keep you fresh.
When you think of it, that's quite a lot.
Tonight's Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet was brought to you by
Pharmacraft Laboratories, makers of fresh deodorants, homogenized cream, dry stick, instant roll-on.
Tonight's Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet is brought to you by
Charlie the Tuna, on behalf of Starkist. Only the finest prime tuna is good enough for Starkist.
Tell him Charlie sent you.
You're about to see a remarkable tire test. A test that shows why BFG Big Edge tires, unlike ordinary narrow edge tires, put extra rubber where the wear is, on the edges. Recently at a Texas test track, we put a BFG Big Edge tire and a comparably priced narrow edge tire on the same car. We drove these tires 20,000 miles, photographed them every 1,000 miles. These photos show for the first time how today's tires actually wear. Watch. 5,000 miles, 10,000 miles, 15,000 miles. See how the edges of the narrow edge tire are worn away? 20,000 miles. The narrow edge tire is worn almost bald. But the BFG Big Edge tire still has thousands of miles to go, even after 20,000 miles. Get this Big Edge in safety and mileage. Get BFG Big Edge Silver Towns at your BF Goodrich dealer. He's listed in the yellow pages.
Charlie, are you reading?
I want them to think I'm reading.
Who?
The Starkist guys. That's their boat up there.
Oh,
Shh. Pretend you don't notice them.
okay, but...
Just stand there and watch me become a Starkist tuna. As soon as it happens, call the newspapers. Tell them Charlie has made it.
Aw, Charlie, they're looking for them classy all-prime tuna. That ain't your category.
Relax. I got an inside tip that Starkist wants studious-type tunas, too.
Who says?
The guy who sold me these books. Look, he was right.
Hey! Think you can get your money back?
Sorry, Charlie. Only the finest prime tuna is good enough for Starkist. More people like the taste of Starkist than any other tuna. Try it and see why.
Tell him Charlie sent you.
Nature. If you have hay fever, take an ocean voyage. Nobody suffers from hay fever on an ocean voyage. Or take Allerest. New Allerest calms the cough, the sneeze, the tears, the runny nose, the itchy eye of allergy. Created for allergy and only for allergy. Take Allerest.
Darling, I bought fresh roll-on just as you told me. It did go on instantly because it's upside down, just as you said. And it is creamier than other roll-ons, just as you said. I did everything you told me. But I was still so nervous I forgot my lines in the play.
Unlike some deodorants, Fresh can't make you a great actress. All Fresh does is keep you fresh.
When you think of it, that's quite a lot.
Tonight's Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet was brought to you by
Pharmacraft Laboratories, makers of fresh deodorants, homogenized cream, dry stick, instant roll-on.
Tonight's Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet is brought to you by
Pharmacraft Laboratories, makers of Allerest. Allerest for allergy. Nature. If you have hay fever, take an ocean voyage. Nobody suffers from hay fever on an ocean voyage. Or take Allerest. New Allerest calms the cough, the sneeze, the tears, the runny nose, the itchy eye of allergy. Created for allergy and only for allergy. Take Allerest.
I bought fresh cream deodorant just as you told me. And it did go on smoothly because it's homogenized just as you said. And it was gentle, yet ever so effective, just as you told me. But then I went to the dance, and Bill still didn't kiss me.
Unlike some deodorants, Fresh doesn't promise you eternal romance. All Fresh does is keep you fresh.
When you think of it, that's quite a lot.
This is man's most versatile tool. He makes friends with it, remembers with it, forgets with it, and writes with it. Hands were designed to write best at this angle, and Scripto has designed a new pen for hands, the Scripto Tilt Tip Pen. It's a ballpoint pen with a tilted tip. That's the point. You don't have to hold it upright like other ball pens. Hold it naturally like a fountain pen, and write to your hand's content. The Tilt Tip Pen fits big hands, left hands. It's handsome. Before you go back to school, try handling a Scripto pen or pencil from 29 cents to $1.98, including the smooth writing Wordmaster ball pen and the ink cartridge pen at just $1 each. The Tilt Tip pen was designed for your hand by Scripto at $1.98. A very good buy. See you around the campus.
With lilt and song and dancing light, springtime comes in. It's the morning of the year, nature's gift to her children. With the air so softly fresh, every breath is a delight. Smokers say a Salem cigarette is like a breath of springtime. So refreshing is its taste. And now Salem's special new high porosity paper adds even more to Salem's springtime freshness because it air softens every puff. Through invisible porous openings in the paper, fresh air is blended into the smoke to make Salem taste even softer, fresher, and more flavorful. Yes, every puff of a Salem is air softened. You smoke refreshed. Menthol fresh, rich tobacco taste. Modern filter, too. That's Salem. More delightfully than ever, Salem refreshes your taste. Try Salem.
Tonight's Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet was brought to you by Salem Cigarettes, Menthol Fresh, rich tobacco taste, modern filter, too. Salem refreshes your taste. Tonight's Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet is brought to you by the American Dairy Association, representing the dairy farmers in your area.
Remember, drink 3 glasses of fresh whole milk every day.
Everyone's served.
Good. Now it's our turn.
You know, on these long flights, I really need a break. Coffee, tea, or milk? Tea, I'd like milk, but I'm on a diet.
Well, then have milk. The airline's dietitian told me that milk's especially important for dieters.
That's right. Milk's the one beverage that gives dieters important nutrients they need, like vitamins, minerals, and proteins, all of which adds up to vitality. And the vitality you get from milk lasts far longer than energy from other drinks.
You know, gals like us who have to keep our weight down and our vitality up should always drink milk.
As far as I'm concerned, nothing tastes better with food than milk, even with my low-calorie meals.
Time to get back to the refills.
Coffee, tea, or vitality?
It's a lazy day. Just the kind of day to do something around the house that isn't any trouble. Like painting a room with new DuPont Lucite wall paint. Lucite was developed by DuPont especially for people who want to beautify their homes an easy way. You see, Lucite is made thick and creamy. Doesn't drip or run like regular paint. That does away with most of the mess of painting. And Lucite really fills a brush. You carry more paint to the wall every time. That makes Lucite fast, too. You can pick up where you left off without leaving lap marks or streaks, even though what you've painted is dried. A little later, you wash out your painting tools with soap and water. The room's done, and it's dried to a beautiful flat finish in just half an hour with no lingering paint odor.
And it was so easy. Try it yourself. Beauty without bother. That's Lucite wall paint. It's made only by DuPont. Put a French chef in your kitchen when you add a French flair to everyday foods with real butter sauces.
They're so easy to make in this new Revere-Ware French saute skillet. There's a special offer you'll hear about in a moment.
Never take a chance on substitutes for real butter. That's the French secret. Only real butter has real flavor when it's melted in a sauce. For the Parisian touch, simply blend in spices. Pour over broiled chicken and voila, you're serving poulet français. There are many ways to add a French flair to your cooking with real butter.
C'est bon. Say real butter.
Get this 7-inch copper-bottom Revere-Ware French skillet, complete with wall hanger, and French Chef's butter sauce booklet. Yours for only $2.98, and the name panel from 1 pound of any brand butter. Mail with your name and address to French Skillet, Box 7200, Chicago 77, Illinois. This offer made possible by the American Dairy Association. Tonight's Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet was brought to you by the American Dairy Association, representing the dairy farmers in your area.
Be sure to keep an extra supply of milk on hand for the weekend.
Tonight's Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet is brought to you by
New Bobby Roller Perm, made to give body, permanent body, as you set your hair on rollers. Bobby Roller Perm.
Body new, Bobby new. Roller, 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 roller perm. No waves, no curls, no frizz. Just permanent body, that's all there is. Body new, Bobby new. Roller, 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 roller perm.
New Bobby Roller Perm, made for the new smooth roller hairstyles. Bobby gives you a special body lotion made only to use with these rollers. Gives you the rollers, too, so you just roll up your hair like always, all by yourself. Then pat on the Roller Perm lotion. When it's dry, brush out a finished hairstyle. No wiggly waves, no curly curls, no frizz. Just permanent body that lasts for weeks.
Body new, Bobby new. Roller, 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 roller perm.
Have one.
A June night and moonlight.
In the valley of the jolly green giant.
Just once in the life of every pea, when seed, soil, sun, and rain have done their best, there comes that fleeting moment of perfect flavor. Right then, day or night, is when the green giant and his helpers pick his peas just for you. Young, tender, thin-skinned peas. Taste the difference perfect timing makes. Green Giant brand sweet peas. And for variety, try the Green Giant's peas with tiny onions.
Sweet peas, darling peas, sweet as honey to the bees. Sweet young peas are coming from the valley. Good things from the garden, garden in the valley. Valley of the jolly, green giant.
Tonight's Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet was brought to you by...
Bit by bit, every litter bit hurts. Don't be a litter bug. Help keep America beautiful.
Tonight's Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet is brought to you by the American Dairy Association, representing the dairy farmers in your area.
Remember, drink 3 glasses of fresh whole milk every day.
Look, here's a brand new recipe book. You don't cook with it.
You just have fun.
Easy as 1, 2, 3. Fix the simplest, fanciest, most elegant desserts you've ever seen.
It's a recipe book for...
ice cream.
When your very best friends come over to swing...
and somebody says ice cream's the thing, don't get shook. Take a look in the book.
Ice cream's fun all different ways. Serve colorful, perfect parfaits.
When the family says...
how about dessert?
and you can tell that you're on ice cream alert, don't get shook. Take a look in the book.
Easy ice cream cookie torts. Your recipe book has them, all sorts.
An ice cream recipe book, that's fun. But what's a recipe to get one?
Send 20 cents and your name and address to Ice Cream, Box 777, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Then, when it's ice cream time...
don't get shook. Take a look in the book. Your brand new ice cream recipe book.
This is a racing judge, stationed at the 8th pole. He can't afford to run out of ink, so he uses the Papermate Piggyback pen. The famous pen with a built-in spare refill. Look, 2 points, 2 ink supplies, one on top of the other. Sort of
piggyback.
Get the pen with the built-in spare refill. The Papermate Piggyback pen.
Rainy, humid weather. That's the real test of a hairspray. And new White Rain hairspray holds even in the rain. White Rain hairspray is crystal clear and clean. So clear, hair shines. So clean, hair is never sticky. White Rain hairspray saves you money, too. You get twice as much spray as from the expensive 7-ounce sprays. White Rain, the hairspray that holds even in the rain.
To brag, but we've got some awfully good basketball players in our family. They never miss. That is, almost never. Well, of course, everybody misses once in a while. Oh, well, if at first you don't succeed. Let's see, looks like everything's here, including milk. And when the athletes come in to get something to eat, you can bet they'll want plenty of milk. Seems like only yesterday they were just 2 little guys. Even then, they were full of vitality. Whoop! I'll say this for old Dad. He's had a rough time, but he's always done his best to keep up with the boys. And believe me, that takes a lot of vitality. In fact, all us Nelsons have always had plenty of the vitality that keeps us enjoying life. And for that, we can thank the pitcher of milk that's always been on the Nelson table. Because the way this group burns up energy, milk's the one drink that gives us the lasting vitality we need.
Tonight's Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet was brought to you by the American Dairy Association, representing the dairy farmers in your area.
Be sure to keep an extra supply of milk on hand for the weekend.
Bit by bit by litter bit. Every litter bit hurts. You can help. At your favorite beach, park, or stream, think clean. Take along a litter bag or look for a litter basket. Help keep America beautiful.